So what? Well, this is what I'm moving. I've got to turn the boat round and head that way, but the junction is 2 or 3 miles that way, which is just a massive waste of time. But there is a marina about 300 yards that way. So if I can tow the boat back, I might be able to turn in the marina. So that's where to go. So what else am I doing? That's it really. I'm just going to untie and tow. Yeah, I keep looking for things. I don't know why I'm so absent-minded today. I keep sort of thinking, is there something else I should be doing here? Am I missing something? On the downside, we have rain. So I'm not looking forward to that. But what are you going to do, man? So the back end's pretty much loose now. And I think what I'll do is I'll put the rope on the ground, the centre line. I'm ready to tow the boat here. Right, okay. You'd think towing the boat was like some big technical job, wouldn't you? The time I'm taking to sort of make sure. Well, it's going to be a few miles today, so I'm going to stop at that marina. But then I'm going to carry on. I'm just tightening up the solar panel bolts on 1 or 2 because they're flapping a bit. So let's tighten that one. I replaced a few, that's better. I replaced a few of them. A lot of them actually. A while back. Around Castle Tunnel. No, when we came out, yeah. Right. Not sure what side. I think when I stop tonight, I'm going to be facing that way and the moorings are going to be on that side. So I'm going to be mooring on the far side of the boat if my plan works. So I'm going to put the thing that I can never remember, the fender, where I can reach it from the far side, and I'll do the same thing with the mooring chain. Massively overgrown here, well, by the standards I normally deal with. So the first thing, untie. The problem with these massively overgrown locations is they're full of insects. And I think being moored up in a very rural location was one of the reasons. Boat's drifting out already. I've got to turn round and jump off. Whoa, shit. I felt my foot slip then. Right, I'm not going to turn round and jump off. I'm going to go backwards, foot on the bank. There we go. The problem with this bank, right, that looks like solid soil, whatever ground, it's not. There are significant dips and like, yeah, hollows the size of a foot. I found out. Well, it's always going to be there, isn't it? You know, you just got to be on your toes. Right, it's a bit breezy today as well. Later on there'll be 20 mile an hour crosswinds. I think I'll put the mooring chain on the roof, accessible from both sides when I'm moor, just in case I end up not mooring where I think I'm going to moor. Anyway, I mean, you know, it's always wise to leave your mooring rope and your equipment chain, whatever, accessible from both sides. So I don't even know for sure when I'm going to execute the turn that will get me facing this way. I don't even know when I'm going to do that, or like how. Don't know how it's all going to work. I'm just sort of playing it by ear a bit. Right, So the boat's moving. Well, the wind's in my favour, so I guess that's a good thing. But look, the boat is already drifting out, backwards and out from the shore. So I've not got an awful lot of time for this, really. And of course, whenever you haven't got a lot of time, your ropes invariably get snagged up. And there we go, mooring chain on there. Oh, sorry, just put it on there for now. Right, I want the rear line. I'm going to try something. Slightly unusual for me, which is to tow the boat using 2 lines. So I need to get the boat in, the front end swinging out. So let's do that. I'm going to have a swine of a job if anybody comes past. If anybody comes past him on a boat, I mean, they're going to pull my boat right out, and I'm suddenly going to have the job of hanging on against a heavily surging current. So this is what I'm trying to do: centre line in this hand, stern line in this hand, and just take it easy. Engine's not even on. I want to fill up with water at this marina, but normally, as a courtesy, you would be expected to be a customer, like buy something. So I'm going to pop in the chandlers. I could do with another mooring stake. At the moment, I think I've got 3 for some reason. And there are times, particularly now in summer, where you'll need to moor on pins. I'm just looking down the canal. You'll need to moor on pins. And what was the point of that? Oh yeah, with all the boat traffic going past so fast and so many boats, you need to double pin. That's what I was going to say, sorry. 2 pins at each end, I mean, sorry, not 1 at the front, 1 at the back, but 2 at the front and 2 at the back. There's a method you'll see many boaters, I think, talk about on YouTube, how they cross the pins over. I've not done it yet. Maybe I did it once, I don't know. I don't do it often. Obviously, Armco is being lazy. Armco is my preference. Rings are my first preference, obviously. Minimal hassle. But if there's none of that, then Armco. And as a last resort, and I do mean last resort, pins. They're just so much hard, so much graft. So much graft. This is going to be a slow journey. So I'm going to turn the action cam off because there's nothing else that I can do, and I need to save it. So let's turn you off and let's just concentrate on pulling this boat. It's going about sort of half a mile an hour, but that's fine, you know, I'm not in a big rush. I've got to move today. Sadly, I've got an email from CRT saying you've got to move on, which I was hoping to avoid. That means I've stayed longer than 2 weeks in a general area. I went down to Whittington, but it's only a couple of miles, and I think they're like, it's too close, you've got to carry on moving. So I've got to make a proper move, but it's good because I want to. For one thing, I'm absolutely bored rigid with this place now. It's a lovely spot, but you get bored. So I'm fine with moving now. Oh, the key thing is the central heating's been fixed. Central heating's been fixed. And you're thinking to yourself, central heating? Like, this is the 3rd of July. What are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about this. This morning it was like 10 degrees inside the boat, which is okay. Quick blast on the cooker for sort of 15-20 minutes and the cabin warms up. You know, so it's not no great hardship. It's just, and in the evenings the temperature drops to about sort of 12-13, which is okay if you're being active walking around during the day. But when you're sat still watching YouTube or editing, dare I say, which I've not done that much of recently, but when you're doing that, is that another Lord of the Rings name, Aragorn, on the boat? Yeah. So I distracted myself. When you're doing that, when you're doing what? What was I talking about? Oh dear. Lovely little spot though. I've got to say that. Just gorgeous. You know. You've got, the only sort of thing is the A38, which is right there, 100 yards away. It gets quiet of a night, but they start very early, and what they've got just close to the boat is some kind of weighbridge plate thing. I don't know what it is, but they make an almighty thump. Some of the lorries make an almighty thump as they go over it, and I don't know, you will have heard it while I've been doing a bit of video around here. You definitely will have heard it, but early in the morning or late at night it is quite a racket. So that's the only downside of this spot, is that A38. But you know, you get used to it. Like the guy in the Clint Eastwood film, we got used to the train running right next to his window. Mind you, he was mad, wasn't he? It's taken a lot longer than I thought, but to be honest, trying to reverse the boat under power would take longer. I know that. So this is working out really well. The stern row, centre line, until a boat shows up or it gets super windy and we're in the open. This is great, and it's a nice little bit of exercise as well, because I'm doing a cruise today. I've got to leave. I'll be stood on the back for like 4 or 5 hours getting to Tamworth, so this little sort of a stroll, taking the boat for a walk, is will be nice really, to be honest. Thin shirt because I'm pulling the boat. Clean as well. It's one of my more popular shirts, this. Well, with me anyway. And it's a shame to sort of wear it when I'm going to get sweaty pulling a boat along and just on a cruise, you know what I mean? I try to sort of wear more scruffy stuff. Well, I don't try, it's just that's the stuff. Because I don't want to wear nice new stuff, you know, because then it's just got to be washed again, and it's just a big hassle, isn't it? I'd like to get the turn done and just power away from the wharf and go, because ultimately this is a 4 or 5 hour cruise. It's about 8 miles, 7.5, 8 miles. There'll be lots of moored boats. I'll have to go slow, so like I'd quite like to get going. Well, yeah, the crucial part of the equation is that my central heating is now fixed, and in the end, because we ran out of time, the guy fixing it was only able to visit me once a week. He's just in a bad way at the moment. He shouldn't really be doing anything, but you know, he knew he was a friend of a friend of Harry's, and he knew I was in a bind, and he said, okay, I'll come over. Tried to fix it, didn't work. There's a second fix we were going to try, which is a new glow pin. Should have done it first time. Can't think. The reason I never was because they're £100. And with these central heating units, there is often a case of you throwing good money after bad with them. So I opted for a brand new unit at £900. So I've solved the problem because it was a quick install for Harry's friend. And I'm going to leave the other one with him. He'll fix it up and I'll probably sell it. Maybe keep it as a spare. The thing to remember is these things, they're not being made now, the central heating units. Yeah, I'm towing down. I can't reverse this. It won't go backwards, so I'm going to pull it down. No, it just steers everywhere, it goes everywhere. I can't, yeah. So I think quicker, just pull it back. No, it's all right, mate, honestly. But listen, thanks again for fixing that bike for us, matey. Yeah, you take care, Blue, mate. I'll see you soon. But yeah, the e-bike developed a fault. The Fawn Buxton. Couldn't ride it. Spoke to a bike shop, they said, oh, we're not insured. I mean, they're just simple. If you know what you're doing, they're simple. You know, it's ridiculous. But that's what she said. We're not insured, we can't fix your bike. I feel as if you've got an e-bike that's not a well-known name, you know, like the Halfords ones, they're all well-known. If you've got a small volume production one like mine, they only ever made like a few hundred perhaps. Now they're out of business. Nobody can fix them. You've got to go to some back street. Anyway, you know, Blue over there, Harry's other mate, he found the fault. Right. Morning. Taking the boat for a walk? Yeah. Taking the boat for a walk? Yeah. So there's a water tap over there. I'd like to use it because it's been about a week and I've been very profligate with my use of water. So I'd really like a fill up. So beyond the dark green boat, there's a marina. I could turn first in the marina, then come back to the wharf. I could do that, or I could just push across now and then do the turn once and back. That seems to make more sense, doesn't it? Seems to make sense to get across there now, get filled up, and yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I can reverse away dead easy and then make the turn down there. There's loads of boats, but there's enough space to turn around. It's not listed as an official winding hole, that's what worries me. In most marinas where it's possible to turn your boat, and it's allowed, they have you know, they let you do it. But this one wasn't on the map. Anyway, you know, I can clearly see there's space for a 50-footer to turn. You can see that. So I'm going to get this boat lined up opposite the wharf, and then I'm going to give an almighty push across the canal. There's water at Tamworth, but it's further than where I want to go. I want to spend a week on the outskirts, and I haven't got enough water for a week. Whereas if I fill up, problem solved. Right. So, I think if I can pull this back end of the boat round into the bank, pull the back end in, get rid of the rear rope, It's all snarled up now, but I'll be able to do it. Now the boat's pretty much lined up with the wharf, so I think I might be in a position. I've got to stop the boat. I don't want it to go any further. Stop its motion. And the rope's wet, so now I've got a wet shirt at the back, but obviously that's all part of the fun. Are you on? Yeah. Right, the wharf's clear, I'm clear. You can see I've got the wharf there pretty much lined up, so one bloody good shove and I should drift right across there. I think I should start the engine as well. Right, that's it. Okay, can I get a good enough shove? I'm already well out. I'm going to pull the boat in order to give it a more powerful shove. Okay, right, let's go. Don't want to do it right on the nose, because I don't just want the nose to come. I sort of do want the nose to come out, don't I? There we go. I don't know if that was enough, but if I can jump on the boat, get the engine started. That was nowhere near enough. Right, that was absolute garbage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push myself off. I feel like there's a wind against me, but this should do it. Now, I'm going to go past and then I'm going to steer in. There is quite a wind when I'm in this bit. There is quite a wind. Front end's being taken across the canal. Couldn't get the back end close enough, that's what I normally do. That didn't work. But that is quite a wind once I get going there. Now my job now is to try and steer the boat round. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm muttering away, there's a camera there. I'm not like mental, well I am, but not. Do you know what I mean? Not properly. And I know it shouldn't be this difficult, I know. Sorry, it's called the amateur boater, but to be honest with you, it is a bit rubbish. I wouldn't recommend it. See, I've just balls that right up. Absolute horror show. Don't have to try again. I'll be wrecking off your fleet. Honestly. Okay. Right, here it goes. Can I ask while you're there, is there a charge for to fill up with water? Just fill up, yeah? Oh, fantastic. Well, I'll go and say hello to the office people, just as a courtesy. Can I ask a favour? I do apologise, honestly. Sorry, you're on your break as well, aren't you? Sorry. I don't suppose you could just pull me in. I feel like I'm going to be here all day if I don't get a pull. Honestly. It's a good job you don't have to pass a test or anything. They wouldn't let me have one. They wouldn't. They'd be like, mate, sorry. There we go. Do you know what? You're an absolute star. Thank you. Really appreciate it. But yeah, no, that this awful channel thing. It's called the amateur boater, but it is rubbish. I'm not. No, it is genuinely. But yeah, it is there. It's mainly just messing around and stupid mistakes like this, to be honest. because I find that more interesting.
How long have you been boating for?
Me, about 4 years, you know. It's been about 4 years. Full-time sort of liverboard, yeah. I do, to be honest, yeah. I think it's great. You know, I won't say I'd not rather be in a penthouse suite or something. You know, I'm not religious about it, but yeah, it's good. Right, I'm going to turn this off. It's a really interesting lifestyle. I mean, I retired, you see, a couple of years ago, so that makes it better. There we go. Morning. Here we go. I'll tie it up. Listen, you've been an absolute legend. Thanks so much for your help. Honestly, I'd have been there all morning trying to pull the boat in. I've been on the boat 4 years. I can still barely steer the thing. There's no excuse. Honestly, well... Right. In I go. Like the office is up here. These places are amazing. Sorry, love. Do you want to go first, mate? I'll just squeeze in. Oh, thank you. Cheers. There we go. Now then, can I have a little sort of wander round?
Yeah, of course you can.
Just in case there's anything I spot. And, well, you know what it's like.
I know.
So I know I need one of them. So I'll leave that there for now. Do you know what? Could I also fill up with water? Would that be okay? Oh, thank you. Is there a charge or? Oh, brilliant. So I'll just have a quick wander. Alternator belts. I'm all filtered up. I've got loads of filters. Oh, Marine 16 is what I wanted, wasn't it? Marine 16.
I'll put your off, so through your off.
I don't suppose you've got any Marine 16 knocking about, have you at all?
They should have. It's alright, I don't work here anymore, I'll be tired.
Oh, right. Well, that was a good, sensible move.
Like yourself.
Yeah, like myself. Yeah, exactly. I retired a couple of years ago now.
Just come in every now and then when you need.
Yeah, just have a little sort of a help out and stuff, maybe.
Oh, I've only got the small ones while I look with it.
So what latries? Sorry.
What, the fuel set?
Yeah, no, sorry, this, what litre, how much? 100 mil per 100 litres. That's about right. How much is that? Yeah, I'll take that.
There should be a price on it.
Yeah, 14.
£14
So fuel set, right?
Yeah.
So this is meant to just put in your tank when you fill up.
Yeah.
And that just helps your fuel to be better.
Yeah.
So that's a lot though, isn't it? 28
that's a
quid.
lot, idea.
I'll tell you what, I'll think about that.
Alright, then you
yeah. Well, to be honest, it's a new idea to me. I've heard people talk about it, using this fuel conditioner, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I want to do a bit of research before I sort of get the...
Yeah.
Here's me thing.
You're down to the Gull Harbour.
Yeah.
That's where I picked the boat up, and I
So-
travelled from Gull Harbour to all the way up to Doncaster. Like, I'd be parked up against a piece of concrete. My sill would be flush with this concrete. Next thing you know, I'm about that far down.
Wow.
I'm like, what's going on?
That's mad.
But because of that big deal.
But listen, Blue, I'm just going to get this going, mate, and
Just going to grab a can of pop and that.
yeah.
But yeah, I'll quickly come up and see you before you shoot.
All right, matey. I'll see you in a bit. So, my insect screen is great, highly effective, but highly a pain in the arse. Okay, right, let's get that switched on. Water's in, now we've got to go and switch on. I'll do. Do you want to push off? Do you want to push off, guys? Oh, you coming in? Sorry, Matt, I can't hear you. Oh, just breast up on me, yeah. I'm, to be honest with you, I'm just about to fill up, so I'll be about sort of half an hour. Yeah. Do you want me to put a few loops around my bollard there? With your stern line, or? Right, I'm just going to check that water's going. Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Oh, I might as well go and get the kettle on.
What's that?
You've got enough muscles for that, mate, you don't need me.
No.
Well, I'll give it a tickle under the arm and see if we can make him drop it. No problem.